You invest today and you apply for your citizenship. A charge is placed on your assets for 3 years, and after 3 years you can sell and expatriate the capital you invested plus all the profits you gained out of Turkey, should you wish to do so. In that 3-year period, Turkey will give you a very, very good return on investment.
Right.
In terms of real estate, because it's an emerging market and real estate segment is highly desirable in Turkey. Turkey, in my opinion, is by far the champion in terms of investment.
What is it that the Turkish CBI program has off the back of it for me to decide, okay, you know what, instead of these golden visa programs, I still want to stick with the Turkish CBI program, and here is my reason.
You will apply for Turkish CBI program, Turkish Citizenship by Investment program, particularly after it moves up to $400,000, if indeed you wish to be a part of Turkey, if indeed you wish to, one day, you plan to live in Turkey, or if your plan B resonates well and sits well with Turkey, socially, culturally, and from your life expectations viewpoint. I think that is the main reason that will bring you to Turkey as opposed to Spain, Portugal, and other golden visa or similar program countries.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Straight Talk. We're here at our Istanbul offices with Cameron Dagan.
Hello.
Cameron, welcome.
Hello there, how are you?
I'm good as well. We are coming at you with a new episode where we're going to cover the Turkish Citizenship by Investment program, but the threshold is going up to $400,000. We have a lot to talk about, Cameron. We got charts, datas. I don't know if we're going to look into them. Look at them.
Alaattin, it's the third time we're covering Turkish Citizenship by Investment program in the last 10 days. What's going on?
Yeah, we're just covering it from a different aspect.
Oh, are we just?
Yeah. We're changing our approach. Now we're asking the question, is it still worth it at $400,000 level? Now, currently, we are still under the $250,000 rule, the law. If you guys have been planning upon obtaining your citizenship with $250,000, please get on to send us a WhatsApp message with this number and get on the phone with our consultants. They're going to try to analyze and understand your specific needs and come up with a solution for you ASAP. As you guys know, if you're following the episodes, we have an online buying system with virtual tours, and also we have an in-house legal team. All you have to do is to issue a power of attorney. They take care of the rest. You don't even need to set foot in Turkey. You get your passport and ID delivered to you. Now, that being said,
today is what? The 19th of April, isn't it?
Yes.
So as of today, we're still bound by the $250,000 application. And we don't quite know when the $400,000 range will be introduced. So as we said in our last episode, we expect it to be law by middle of May. Right? Middle to end of May, I guess.
We speculate.
Yeah. So as of today, it's still $250,000.
Yes.
And I do think that we still have a window of up to probably a month to get our applications in, well, to actually get our purchases and investments in.
If you remember our last episode about the Turkish Citizenship by Investment program, we have urged people to leave their comments, and a lot of people have commented. Thank you very much, guys. And in the comments, people said, oh, you know, there are other options in the world. There are island countries, the golden visa countries, the likes of Spain, Italy, Portugal, and etc. Certainly, a lot of people are now in a comparing situation.
Yes.
They're comparing, shall I go to Portugal, shall I go to Turkey, or shall I just buy a citizenship through St. Kitts and Nevis, one of the island countries? So people, I think these days, they are making their homework. So I thought, why don't we lay out...
Decisions.
100%.
When you have a lot of options,
yes,
then
to choose from,
then where do you go? How do you decide?
Yes, and this very lucrative citizenship program of Turkey being 250 is out of the picture now.
He's going to be out.
Is going to be out of the picture. What do? You need to go back to the drawing board. And I said, Cameron, even at $400,000 level, is it worth it?
I would say it's worth it.
Yeah.
I'd say whether it's $250,000 or $400,000 is a matter of mechanics, in my opinion. Mechanics, as in, it's a matter of budget. $250,000 clearly is a great deal less than $400,000. But if you are looking to invest in Turkey, then you're looking to invest in Turkey. The question is whether you can afford to invest in Turkey at $400,000 range. That's really the question.
That is the question.
That is the question. Now, if you can, then in my opinion, it is well worth it. Why? Well, I will look at it from two perspectives again, investment and lifestyle. But I will flip it the other way around. I shall analyze the lifestyle aspect first. And I will put it to Alaattin, as I always say when it comes to foreign nationals buying property in Turkey, and I will reflect upon my own experience. A great majority of foreign nationals investing in real estate in Turkey do so for emotional reasons than purely from the viewpoint of facts, figures, and numbers. In other words, in my experience, majority of foreign nationals investing, either in citizenship or without citizenship, in Turkish real estate do so because they actively and consciously wish to have a base in Turkey. That means they have some sort of an emotional connection to Turkey. They love the country, they have experienced the country, they liked it, they loved it, and they want to have a part of it. They want to have a home and investment in Turkey. So a lot of people are emotionally driven to come to Turkey and to have homes in Turkey. Investing for citizenship, in my experience, is not the sole reason why people are choosing Turkey. That's what I'm trying to say. They're choosing Turkey over and above other similar programs because they actively want to choose Turkey. That's my experience.
I would like you to inform people as to what is the Turkish CBI offering. In other words, what does this country offer from an investment perspective, which may not be so apparent on the paperwork stage while they're doing their homeworks, comparing it to this country or that country?
From an investment viewpoint, I would dare you to give me one other country who has a similar program whereby an investor, a foreign investor, stands to gain more from that investment in real estate than Turkey. In other words, I would challenge you to show me one other country whereby real estate returns over, say, the next 5 years are likely to be higher than Turkey. Returns being capital growth, the invested money, how much it grows, plus ongoing income such as rental income, etc., combined with capital growth. I would challenge you to show me one other country. Go on. I rest my case.
Grenada,
All right.
Santa Lucia, Vanuatu, Samoa, Jordan, Egypt, Bulgaria, Malta, Montenegro.
Okay. You're naming quite a few countries.
Yeah.
And I think the first 5-6 of those are island states, are they not?
Yes, they are.
Like they're small islands in the Bahamas or some places like that. Well, look, they're gorgeous places.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is that's what they are. They're island states. Now, Turkey is a major country, 85 million population, strategically important, politically important, and it's an emerging market. To give you a few statistics, let's look at 2021. In 2021, citizenship by investment, the value of invested capital through the citizenship program in 2021 in Turkey was equivalent to 0.49%, 0.49 ninth of 0.5%, which is less than 0.5% of Turkey's annual GDP.
What does that mean?
Okay, what I'm saying is, let's round it up. Let's round it up. 0.5%. 0.5%. That's not 1%. 0.5% of Turkey's annual GDP in 2021 was equivalent to all of the citizenship investments in real estate, which means, as far as the GDP is concerned, as far as the Turkish economy, the size of Turkish economy is concerned, the foreign direct investment that came in by citizenship by investment is negligible.
Yes.
Is less than 0.5%. Now, if we look at the overall real estate segment in 2021 again, the value of all real estate transactions that took place in Turkey in 2021, and we compare that amount to how much funds came in through the Citizenship by Investment program, then we come up with a figure of just over 2.5%.
Value-wise.
Value-wise. 2.5%. That's the entire sum of citizenship by investment in 2021 as a proportion of the overall real estate segment of Turkey in 2021. Again, now all those island states that you talked about,
Right.
I don't think that's the case for them. So what I'm saying is that I think the citizenship programs they are an important part of their overall economy.
They depend on that.
I think there are some island states that probably depend on that program.
They depend on that, and they not only depend the CBI programs, they also heavily rely on the FDI that comes off the back of the CBI program.
Yeah.
Now, certainly the overall CBI program, which is, yes, it's a small number in the whole grand scheme of things, but when you add in the foreigners purchasing properties in Turkey, value-wise, that becomes a little bit more significant. But when you put the FDI off the back of that, that becomes an even more significant thing for Turkey. However, again, for everything is concerned, for all things considered, this is still a country where it has an organic population growth, 1 million, 1.5 million every year, organic population growth by birth, which is equivalent. 1 year, Turkey's population growth is equivalent to the entire population of all of those islands put together.
Yes.
So let me give you that perspective. So these are put out of the picture. But again, in my opinion, if you are price sensitive, if it is only $100,000 or $150,000 you have in your pocket, through a donation into one of the island nations, you can get their citizenship. What would be your advice to them? Would you say to them, go and get an island passport?
My viewpoint is that it is not going to have a significant impact on the number of people coming to Turkey for citizenship. That's my personal view, because, as I said, my experience is people who choose Turkey, they're not choosing Turkey because it's 100,000 less or more. They're choosing Turkey because they actively want to choose Turkey for their second passport or for their plan B. For most people, as we know, obtaining the citizenship of another country is out of perceived necessity than a hobby. You don't go buying citizenships because, hey, I fancy having more passports in my drawer or in my man bag or something. You do it because you feel that you may have to do it, because you may have to provide a better future, a safer living environment for your family. You may have to, either today or one day in the future. And if we look at majority of the applicants who come to Turkey, you will find that they have some really good reasons for why they are investing in a second passport. And those reasons are very, very well tied in with lifestyle requirements and lifestyle aspects, such as maybe having to move to that country one day, having to uproot their families and start a new life in that country. And if you look at that, I think Turkey is a very, very top choice for most of those people. And despite the increase in citizenship limits, it will stay as the top choice, in my opinion.
Golden visa countries,
Okay.
right? I've been hearing from a lot of people in the comment section down below, people who I'm speaking over the phone with. They're saying, you know what, Alaattin, now that you guys are raising the bar to $400,000 level, Spain, Greece, Portugal, these countries have golden visa programs, and their cost is not too higher.
Not too dissimilar to what Turkey will be.
Yeah, okay.
So why don't we go
be
to Spain, Portugal, Greece, and other countries?
This is the number one question that I want you to tackle right now. And let me give a few conditions about each and every single program here, so that you understand exactly what they're buying into.
Okay.
The audience is probably they're making their research. I'm not going to provide everything here. But essentially what a golden visa program is, if we're talking about Greece, the minimum investment is 250,000 euros.
Okay.
And you need to pay about 10% in taxes and closing costs. The total money spent is going to be around 300,000 US dollars.
Okay.
And with that, you get the visa-free travel to Schengen area.
Okay.
You get to live in Greece, and you can access the public health services and education system in Greece. And the time to get the citizenship is 7 years. Spain, about $600,000 or so. Again, similar situation. You can live, work, and study in Spain. If I have children, they're 20-something years old. If I'm going to send them to school in Europe, I could get a golden visa. They could go to school in the European countries and, Schengen. Portugal, very similar. But in Portugal, you can go as low as 280,000 euros. If you're buying a property in rural areas that is older than 30 years old, that's basically a village home in the distant places and everything. Now, my question to you is this. Turkey is not a member of the EU.
Yes.
And Turkish passport is not as strong as the
Any European
passport. You cannot work, live, or study in the EU. When the difference isn't that much, great. What is it that the Turkish CBI program has off the back of it for me to decide, okay, you know what? Instead of these golden visa programs, I still want to stick with the Turkish CBI program. And here is my reason.
You will apply for Turkish CBI program, Turkish Citizenship by Investment program, particularly after it moves up to $400,000, if indeed you wish to be a part of Turkey. If indeed you wish to, one day, you plan to live in Turkey. Or if your plan B resonates well and sits well with Turkey, socially, culturally, and from your life expectations viewpoint. I think that is the main reason that will bring you to Turkey as opposed to Spain, Portugal, and other golden visa or similar program countries. Because now it's obvious to me, after Alaattin's analysis there, that Turkey, after the 400,000 has passed, will no longer have a cost advantage.
Right.
Because so far Turkey did have a cost advantage, but Turkey no longer has a cost advantage. So you will have to invest a minimum of $400,000 in Turkish real estate. And let's face it, $400,000 is hell of a lot of money.
It is.
For a lot of people.
Yeah.
It's hell of a lot of money. But one thing I'm going to say, even compared to the golden visa countries like Portugal, Greece, Spain, etc., your $400,000 invested in Turkey in 5 years' time, I can assure you, will grow a lot larger than the EU economies, than the average EU economy, where the GDP growth rate over the next 3 to 5 years is expected to average no more than 2 to 3%.
Yeah.
Whereas in Turkey, the growth rate, the GDP growth rate over the next 10 years, and these are not my expectations, these are IMF projections, is expected to be in the region of 7 to 8% per annum. That's almost 3.5 times the size of GDP growth that the Eurozone is expected to see. Now, if you project this type of GDP growth onto what you would project your real estate to grow to, that should mean, shouldn't it, that your $400,000 invested in Turkey, as opposed to other Eurozone countries, is expected to give you at least 2-3 times the size of growth that you would get from those countries.
100%.
So if you look at it purely and rationally from a return on investment viewpoint, and don't forget, we don't know, but we assume that the 3-year lock-in period will not be changed. I think it will stay as it is, which means that you invest today and you apply for your citizenship. A charge is placed on your assets for 3 years, and after 3 years you can sell and expatriate the capital you invested plus all the profits you gained out of Turkey, should you wish to do so. In that 3-year period, Turkey will give you a very, very good return on investment.
Right.
In terms of real estate, because it's an emerging market and real estate segment is highly desirable in Turkey. So that's a very cold approach, very cold return on investment approach. Turkey, in my opinion, is by far the champion in terms of investment. Now that the citizenship level and associated costs are very, very comparable with other options available, including in the Eurozone, like Spain, Portugal, etc., my opinion is people will still come to Turkey. People who would come to Turkey will still come to Turkey. That's my opinion.
I appreciate that. That's a very interesting.
What do you think?
See, in these countries, the waiting periods are longer. 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. Maybe they're asking for, you need to sustain the property ownership for 7 years, sustain the property ownership for 5 years or 10 years to be eligible to apply and everything. It's not, the method is not the same with Turkey. Okay, with Turkey, you go in with 400,000, provided that you make the right investment, took sound advice, you can actually return 50% capital appreciation. Yes. Easy. And take out all the money after 3 years, and you have a free citizenship program. See, the methodology of the Turkish citizenship program is still the same. And that is what makes the Turkish citizenship program the most attractive. It's just that the entry level is going up. And when I ask you the question, what is it that you get off the back of the CBI program? You get an access into the Turkish property market. Whereas when you look at other countries, the island countries, they say there are these selected properties for foreigners, you can only buy that. Yeah. You go to the north of country, you need to invest this much. Rural of the country, you need to invest this much, or this or that. Spain has a hot property market. Where? In Marbella, in South Coast, in Barcelona, in some of the hot areas. What's the entry level to their property market? I don't think it is $600,000 or so.
Well, I think $600,000 will buy you some decent properties in Spain, wherever you
probably, go. But is it going to qualify you for the golden visa program,
I
this or that?
I don't
know.
Now,
what I see on the internet, and this is a very subject that we stand against, these are all package programs. In Greece, Portugal, Spain, you buy this much, we give you this much rental guarantee, this much return after 5 years, 6 years, whatever. We promise to buy it back from you for the amount of, with the packages and everything. In my opinion, you will be lucky to get the initial investment that you invested in those countries after 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, whatever, but you're missing out on a huge capital appreciation that you could have otherwise made. So that's, I think, why Turkish Citizenship by Investment Program, even still at 400,000 level, is still the most attractive one. What do you
I've
think?
got a question for you.
Tell me.
A lot of these countries you talked about, certainly Greece, I think Spain also, they had revised their citizenship programs when Turkey had moved its threshold limit from $1 million down to $250,000. So clearly they were eyeing up the competition, the competing programs. And when Turkey made it very, very, very accessible, they had revised their own programs. If I remember correctly, quite a few of those countries, they reduced their limits at the time because they realized that, hey, Turkey, this massive country, is now offering this program, and clearly they will be making a dent in our projected foreign direct investment from our own programs. Now, my question is, Turkey pushing its limits up to $400,000, what do you think the impact of that will be on those other countries, on their limits?
Well, that's a very interesting question, an interesting angle to look at it. Maybe, what if, see, we don't know, we speculate right now. What if they say, okay, Turkey is going up to 400K, we're Spain, we're Eurozone, we're this, we're that, we're going up to $1 million.
I don't know.
Could that happen?
I don't know. But certainly when Turkey moved it down from $1 million
Right.
to 250, those other comparable programs had revised theirs within the immediately preceding 5-6 months. I remember that for sure, back in 2017.
Interesting.
18.
That
Look
remains
into
to be
it.
seen.
And it would be interesting to see how they're going to react now, because you know, lifestyle aspects and you know, people's lives aside, which, you know, in Turkey, we certainly would love people to take up Turkish citizenship and add color and diversity to this culture. I think it's very important for Turkey that we increase the diversity and the color of Turkey. But from a purely competing schemes, competing programs viewpoint, it will be interesting to see how Spain, Greece, Portugal, and other countries will react to Turkey almost doubling its threshold limit.
Maybe the island countries will double too.
Maybe they will.
You never know.
All right.
You never know. Again, thank you very much, Cameron.
No, absolutely okay.
Guys, thank you very much for staying this long. The reason why we did this episode is because there are comments there. People are, you do what is best for you. Certainly, you're going to study which country, which program, what is best for you. You will do that. But for us, it is important that you understand the Turkish CBI program as well as it should be understood, and include those notes when you're making your studies, and whatever the outcome is, good luck with that.
Absolutely.
Right?
Anything we can do to help.
All right. Thank you very much for watching. See you in the next one.
See you.